Dear and blessed listener, if this message has reached you, know that it is not by chance. There are no coincidences. Today, the angels bring two messages for you. The first message speaks of someone who is troubled by a truth they have discovered about themselves. The second comes as divine guidance from the Heavenly Father, leading you to handle everything with serenity, wisdom, and love. Let's start with the first revelation. The angels say that someone very close to you is deeply shaken. This person has discovered something they never imagined, and the way it came to light has left them reeling. The information arrived unexpectedly, and they are still trying to understand what it means. This phase of your life, though full of uncertainties, is paving the way for an emotional and spiritual awakening. The revelation that caused such an impact did not come to destroy, but to transform. Even if it seems confusing now, this truth has the potential to free both you and the other person from illusions or unrealistic expectations. By accepting this, you begin to walk a path that is more authentic and aligned with who you truly are. This person may be distancing themselves or avoiding the subject, but do not take it as rejection. Often, silence is just a way to try to organize their own feelings. They need time to digest everything, and the best you can do now is respect that space. Do not pressure them or demand immediate answers. Just be present in a light and loving way. The energy around you is being adjusted so that this situation resolves itself in a balanced way. Even if you do not notice, the angels are working behind the scenes, guiding hearts and minds toward understanding. Trust in this invisible movement. Your faith is the bridge that connects your heart to divine wisdom. And when anguish tightens, take a deep breath and surrender to the heavens all that weighs within you. Remember that no one is fully prepared to face deep truths. This revelation has shaken internal structures that perhaps even this person did not know existed. It is natural that there is confusion, defense, and fear. But it is also in this process that the greatest learnings happen. The more you stay true to your essence, the clearer the energy you transmit will be. Now is the time to cultivate your inner light. Strengthen your connection with the divine through prayer, meditation, or moments of silence. By doing so, you strengthen yourself from within and become a source of balance, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. The angels want you to understand that your inner peace will be a beacon for this person when they are ready to approach again. Everything you're experiencing now is part of a process that goes beyond logical understanding. There are spiritual lessons involved, and each one is shaping a wiser and stronger version of you. Even if you are going through intense emotions, allow yourself to live this moment with awareness. Do not run from what you feel, just embrace it. Avoid creating expectations about how the other person should react. Each being has their own pace to heal, understand, and accept. Meanwhile, keep your heart clean and open. Forgiving, including yourself, is part of this journey. The truth that was revealed is not a punishment, but an opportunity for deep alignment with who you are and who this person can become by your side. You have within you all the strength necessary to face this phase. And if at any moment you feel that you can no longer go on, remember that you are not alone. The angels are surrounding you with love, protection, and guidance. Speak to them even in thought and ask for clarity. They listen even in your silence. This situation will test your faith, your patience, and your love. But it is precisely in these tests that you grow. The more you trust, the lighter everything will become. The path of truth may seem hard, but it is also the only path that leads to freedom. Do not stray from it. Continue firmly, even if the steps are slow. As the dust settles and emotions calm, everything will begin to make more sense. This person, who is now confused and perhaps even afraid, may see you with new eyes. And when that happens, it will be time to rebuild trust, not in a hurry, but with sincerity and presence. If the opportunity for dialogue arises, speak from the heart. Do not try to convince or force anything. Just share your truth with love. Your honesty is a seed that in due time can blossom into mutual understanding. And even if the other is not ready to understand now, know that you are doing your part. The angels also ask that you keep your energy high. Surround yourself with people and environments that bring you peace. Avoid feeding negative thoughts or getting stuck in the fear of what might happen. The present is what matters. It is here that healing begins. One day at a time, one step at a time. Spirituality is action too. Demonstrate your love with attitudes. Be kind to yourself and others. A simple gesture can change the course of an entire day. Sweet words, a welcoming look, or a light message can touch the other person's heart in ways you cannot imagine. Everything that is happening is preparing you for something greater. Trust in this. The pains of now are seeds of wisdom that will blossom later. Continue nurturing your faith. Even when everything seems dark, the light is coming. The connection between you two, even amidst the turbulence, still carries an energy that cannot be ignored. The bonds that were created, the experiences shared, and the sincere feelings continue to live on some level. The moment is for introspection, to allow the soul to speak louder than pride or fear. Everything that is genuine withstands time, and the truth, no matter how challenging, is the instrument that purifies and transforms this connection. Often, discomfort arises not from the truth itself, but from the resistance to accepting it. The person involved may be feeling this weight because they did not expect to have to revisit their own judgments or ideas. When this happens, it is common for emotions to become confused, thoughts to become jumbled, and the impulse to be to distance themselves. But the angels are working silently to bring clarity to their heart. This is where you need to be patient. Patience is a spiritual gift that demonstrates trust in the process. It's not about waiting passively, but about keeping your heart available and your thoughts elevated, knowing that what needs to happen will manifest at the exact right time. Meanwhile, focus on strengthening yourself, keeping your vibration high, and getting closer to your divine essence. As you walk through this delicate moment, you may encounter old emotional patterns surfacing, fears, insecurities, traumas from the past. All of this can emerge as an invitation to heal. Take advantage of this phase as an opportunity to work on your own wounds. The angels want you to see yourself with more love and compassion, and to abandon the excessive self-criticism that prevents you from flourishing. You may also feel an intense desire to explain yourself, to justify your actions, to want to be understood. But understanding does not always come through words. Sometimes it is the energy you emanate that transmits the truth of your heart. Continue being integral, honest with yourself and others, but without needing to prove anything. The truth by itself has the power to sustain itself. As time passes, the pieces of the puzzle begin to fit together. What once seemed confusing starts to make sense. Emotions organize themselves, and what was pain can transform into learning. It is important to trust this process, even when there are no guarantees or immediate answers. The angels are shaping everything so that it transforms into growth and healing. You may be surprised by how much you are evolving spiritually in this process. Each challenge faced is expanding your perception, awakening your sensitivity, and strengthening your faith. Even if the person in question does not keep up with this pace now, you are being prepared for something greater. Your light is expanding and reaching spaces that were once dark. Keep in mind that internal transformations usually precede external changes. As you heal and accept the truth within you, the world around you also adjusts. It is a silent but powerful movement. Continue connecting with your faith, with the divine light, and with the angels that accompany you. They are opening paths so that everything resolves harmoniously. By maintaining this connection with the divine, you will be more prepared to deal with any response that comes from the other person. Whether it is a rapprochement or a distancing, your inner peace will be your foundation. Nothing that comes from the outside will have the power to unbalance you if you are centered in your truth, in your confidence in the greater plan that governs everything. At this moment, you are being called to act with spiritual maturity. Life is teaching you to harvest not only your pain, but also the pain of others. Empathy will be a powerful channel of reconciliation, not only between you, but also between your soul and your purpose. Use this opportunity to illuminate aspects of yourself that still need to be understood with more love. Even if the words have not yet been spoken, hearts communicate. There is an energetic bond between you and this person, and the angels are working so that this bond strengthens through healing. Avoid thoughts of judgment or anger. Replace them with prayers, intentions of light, and vibrations of love. This will transform the field between you and open doors to understanding. When you remain true to your essence, life takes care of aligning everything around you. Continue sowing good, even without seeing immediate results. Each act of love, each elevated thought, each conscious choice is collaborating with the healing energy that the angels are conducting between you and this person. Spiritual life is not separate from emotional life. Everything is interconnected. By healing your emotions, you elevate your spiritual frequency. And by strengthening your connection with the divine, you also find internal resources to deal with what you feel. The angels are encouraging you to maintain this balance, to seek harmony within yourself so that you can transmit it to others. It is as if everything she believed about you is being challenged, and now this person is scared, not knowing how to react. The shock of this revelation has made her question everything. But the angels want you to know, her fear does not define you. Often, the truth emerges when we least expect it, and this can cause confusion. Reactions are different for each person, and in this case, shock has taken over. Still, it is essential to understand that you have done nothing wrong. The revelation of this truth is part of a greater spiritual plan. Nothing happened by chance. This moment is being guided by celestial forces that want to lead you and this person toward clarity. What today seems like a whirlwind, tomorrow may be the beginning of a new understanding between you. Perhaps this person is in denial, trying to align the image they had of you with this new information. And that is not easy. That is why the angels ask you to be patient and offer space so that she can digest everything in her own time. At this point, write 777 in the comments and declare your faith. This gesture strengthens your spirit and opens space for divine action in your life. The angels also remind you that it is essential to take care of yourself in this process. Do not blame yourself for the feelings that arise now. It is natural to feel anxiety, doubt, or even sadness. Allow yourself to feel without judgment. Now, let's move on to the second message that comes from the Heavenly Father. He wants you to understand that all truth, even when difficult, is an instrument of transformation. It is through it that we mature and develop deeper and more real bonds. This situation, despite being painful, can be a bridge to greater understanding between you two. The Heavenly Father asks you to continue with an open heart, practicing love and compassion, even if the other person is still confused. He also reminds you that God's timing is perfect. What seems like disorder now is part of a plan that is being revealed little by little. Believe the moment of revelation was chosen for a greater reason. Meanwhile, the angels are silently working to soften the person's heart and guide them toward acceptance. They ask you to continue trusting even without knowing what will come. Your faith is what sustains this process. If the opportunity for dialogue arises, speak with sincerity and gentleness. Wait for the right moment. An open conversation can heal wounds and rebuild bridges that seemed lost. The angels will be by your side when that time comes, inspiring. The words and the tone. The presence of love is essential. When you act with affection, understanding, and patience, you help dissolve the blocks that this revelation may have created. The angels are surrounding you with this restorative energy. It is also important that you do not forget to take care of your emotions. Sometimes, in wanting to help others, we set aside what we feel. The angels ask you to set aside time for yourself, to meditate, reflect, breathe. This is an opportunity for transformation. Even if it seems challenging, growth is happening within you. The journey you are experiencing now is not just about the relationship with this person, but also about reconnecting with your own essence. Sometimes the truth emerges to awaken us from old patterns that no longer serve our growth. It is at this moment that you are called to position yourself with courage and wisdom, trusting that every detail of this experience has a purpose greater than you can see now. It is essential that you keep your faith active, not as a passive hope, but as a living force within you. When everything seems silent and distant, that is when your faith needs to speak the loudest. Believe that what is being shaped in the invisible will bear visible fruits at the right time. God does not forget those who surrender their pains with a sincere heart. The person involved in this situation may be feeling a lot of internal pressure. The confrontation with the truth has awakened doubts, insecurities, and even memories of the past that they were not prepared to relive. And even if you wish to be by their side to comfort them, respect their space. Sometimes, silence is also an act of love. During this phase, avoid seeking validation outside of yourself. It is normal to want to know if you acted correctly, if you will be forgiven, if everything will return to how it was before. But true balance comes when you trust that you have done what needed to be done, and that each consequence carries within it a lesson. Time together with faith will be your best ally. Taking care of yourself needs to be a priority. When you take care of your energy, your emotions, and reconnect with your spiritual center, you become a lighter and clearer presence in the other person's life. And this can greatly facilitate healing between you. Your emotional stability is an anchor in this moment of storm. Do not blame yourself for being truthful. The truth, even if it brings discomfort, will always be an instrument of liberation. The other person may not have understood yet, but time will show the value of your honesty. Continue being who you are, with integrity and a clean heart. The truth that comes from love always finds its way. What you are facing now may seem lonely, but it is filled with divine presence. The angels are around you, whispering words of encouragement to your heart. Even when you do not hear them clearly, they are there, creating paths, touching hearts, and protecting you from all invisible evil. Trust in this spiritual company. Do not allow fear to make decisions for you. When in doubt, stop, breathe, and ask your heart what is most true. The path of the soul is never forced, it is felt. And sometimes the answer you are looking for is in the silence between thoughts. The angels will show you the direction when you are at peace. Remember everything you have already overcome up to this point. This is not your first battle, and it will not be your last, but all of them serve to polish who you are, and with each challenge overcome, you get closer to your soul's mission. Continue firmly, even when it seems difficult. The light that guides you is stronger than any shadow. Perhaps soon the person involved will come to you with a more open heart. When that happens, receive them with love, but without losing your balance. Embrace their feelings, but also honor yours. The communication between you needs to be a space of true listening, where empathy is the foundation and respect is the guide. Everything you are going through now has a purpose much greater than just this relationship. It is preparing you for a new phase of your life, where love will be more conscious, faith stronger, and decisions more aligned with your inner truth. Continue strengthening yourself. What lies ahead will be better than what has passed. Every tear you have shed has not been in vain. God collects them all and transforms them into seeds of strength. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It is the channel through which your soul expresses itself. Do not be afraid to feel. It is in feeling that healing begins, and it is in the acceptance of the present that transformation happens. Do not allow this situation to dim your light. You are someone special with a unique purpose. And even if the current circumstances try to destabilize you, remember who you are. The angels are guiding you back to your inner power, and when you are centered, nothing will be able to shake you completely. This person may have been frightened by the intensity of what they discovered, but that does not mean all is lost. Sometimes a shock is needed to awaken the heart to something deeper. Trust that what is true between you will find its way back. If it is the divine will, the reunion will be inevitable. And before we finish, once again, write 777 in the comments and declare your faith. This attitude is a sign that you are committed to your spiritual journey. Declare your trust in the divine plan and allow the angels to continue guiding you with wisdom, healing, and unconditional love. Don't forget to subscribe for more divine messages and angelic guidance. Prompts. Prompt para reescrever o roteiro a partir da transcrição. Haja como um especialista em espiritualidade e traduções, focando em adaptar textos para um público interessado em mensagens divinas e anjos. Sua tarefa é reescrever o seguinte texto do idioma original para o inglês falado nos Estados Unidos. A reescrita deve conter a mesma quantidade de caracteres do texto original e uma linguagem que seja o mais dinâmico possível, para que até uma criança consiga entender, mas leve em consideração que meu público já é um público mais de 20 anos para cima. Onde tiver números, escreva por extenso em palavras. Faça como se estivesse conversando com uma pessoa com linguagem de fácil entendimento. Organize o texto em parágrafos. Prompt para gerar imagem do Leonard IA. Haja como um especialista em design gráfico espiritual e geração de imagens em IA. Sua tarefa é criar uma imagem visualmente impressionante baseada no seguinte texto. Insira o texto aqui. Requisitos. Transmita a essência e as emoções do texto por meio de representações angelicais e elementos espirituais inspiradores, seja serenidade, esperança, poder. Use cores vibrantes para criar uma composição impactante e harmoniosa, destacando a energia espiritual. Estilo esperado. Adicione uma opção preferida, como arte etérea, neo-renascentista, fantasia moderna. Inclua elementos visuais criativos como luzes celestiais, auréolas, asas detalhadas e cenários oníricos para enriquecer a narrativa visual. Evite adicionar texto na imagem. Todos os significados devem ser transmitidos por símbolos e elementos visuais. Evite representações românticas ou casais de qualquer tipo. Saída esperada. Uma obra de arte digital cativante e inspiradora que incorpora a energia, os simbolismos e a espiritualidade do texto fornecido, adequada para mensagens de fé ou inspiração.